brothers on the written, you were wishing I was handling my...
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of STUDS Up. So tonight we've got Omondi. Hello,
hi
Omondi.
Guys.
We've got Mr B.
Evening.
And I'm Solo 7. And guys, we have got a guest, but he's running a little bit late tonight. We've got the one and only SaintLFC TV. So we are awaiting him. We will introduce him nicely when he does come on the show. But guys, let's recap on yesterday for a little bit until he jump on the show. So, Omondi, you weren't with us yesterday. So let's recap yesterday and discuss about the behavior of some of our fans and whether or not you condone some of the action, the fans who protested nice outside the ground, but then you had certain people that entered the stadium and for what reason throwing flares, beer cans and going up, picking the flag up, digging the pitch up and stuff like that. What do you think? What sort of action do you think action should be taken against Manchester United, or do you think action should be taken against these hooligans who broke on and got onto the pitch?
Look, like I said before, with the Mark Duggan case, there was a lot of bad reaction to that. People were outraged. They went on the streets and rioted, and they were allowed to do it. And it's very similar circumstances. The people went on the pitch yesterday, unbelievably, and they were allowed to do it. The only people stopping them, or not even stopping them, was saying, "Excuse me, sir, do you mind?" You know, were the stewards. And the stewards, I watched your show yesterday, and you guys were saying the stewards, it's not their job to risk themselves on minimum pay. I remember whoever said that was like Mr B. Said on minimum pay. It's not your job to go and do things like that, you know. So my question is, how do they get in the ground? That's trespassing. This is Manchester United Football Club, private property. So who's called the police? The police eventually, did they come? I don't know. I haven't really been following that much. So when you say about accountability, like with the riots, what they did, they just filmed everybody and started to pick them off, take them to court and done them for public disturbance, criminal damage or whatever, trespassing or whatever the crimes are. So that, I imagine that's what they do with these so-called individuals, these so-called Man United fans. Now here's where it gets take it a bit west. I don't really think these are Man United fans. The Man United fans were supposed to be meeting with the Liverpool fans outside. This is what, I don't know, this is what I heard prior to the game, to talk about, we're both in the same scenario with bosses that we don't want at the club, who are rinsing in the club and not taking us in the right direction. And that was, they were Liverpool United fans coming together and doing something positive about that. But lo and behold, this morning, the headlines are, a policeman got injured, unfortunately. The damage, throwing flares, jumping on the pitch, ruining the pitch. The game got abandoned. They were outside the players' hotels. You know, so all this negative stuff is about a minimal few people who have probably are not supporters of the club, but probably people jumping on the bandwagon or what he called them as agent provocateurs, maybe employed on the wage bill or on the wage thing of the Glazers. Maybe Glazers employed these guys. You know?
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you 1 second. Let's bring in Saints in quickly.
Welcome.
Go on. Well, go on, people, then.
Welcome.
Saints. Welcome. How
you doing? Right?
I'm good, man. I see Mr B on the just sipping. Oh, go on. That's good. What's going on, people?
Yeah, good. At the moment, we're just discussing about the fans yesterday with Omondi, asking a question, sort of what sort of reprimand should the players have or should the club have, and he was just finishing off. So I am going to come back to you in a minute. I just need Omondi to finish off, and then I will be with you.
No worries, my guy.
Yeah. So, like I say, agent provocateurs. Who are these people? Are they Man United supporters? Are they doing something for the on side of the fans? There's a fans group that said this is what we're going to do. And they've gone and done something different, which has created all this mess now. And we waste our time talking about it because the newspapers are quick to jump on this and say, look at these fans. And meanwhile, the Glazers, they get a break. You know, there's two crimes going on here. So don't make it worse by making stupid decisions by doing things like that, because that's not the way to go about things. All it does is make fans look stupid and look like they're working class idiots, you know? And this is what fans do. When they're tribal and they get together and say, yeah, let's go smash the window. And they all go and smash the window. And then it kicks off and everything else. But people are there, prodding people, say, yeah, do that, yeah, please, do that. You know, so I don't trust these things. We see a lot of this thing lately when these big incidents happen. And especially when nothing gets done about it. It's like, I'm watching things. Why are they allowed in the stadium? Sky News, there's people there. Why are they allowing this? It's news. It's bad news. It's good news. Do you understand what I'm saying? For who? Who benefits? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't trust it, for one. And as about accountability, take them to court. I'd ID them. You know, they've got all the technology to do that. ID them and just take them to court and fine them for what they've done, whatever crime they've committed here. But there's a game being abandoned from it, so there has been some power in it. So there will be someone made accountable. But I don't think Man United should get banned for it, because they can just say, we called the police. These fans come in the stadiums, nothing to do with us. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So let's just see. I want the game to be replayed. I'm gutted didn't get to see the game, because it would have been a good fiery game. Liverpool really do need the points. They're under a lot of pressure now, aren't they? Okay. Aren't they? They're under a lot of pressure, and maybe they get a little breathing space. Whew, thank God. You know, give us some time to get some injuries or get more fitness or get, something. But,
or make some more excuses.
Well, they're full of excuses, as we know. They're full of excuses. But anyway, going back to the thing, accountability, it shouldn't be the club. And hopefully this won't continue. It'll be a better effort, a more wise and calculated effort to get the results that they want. They want the Glazers out. There's other ways to do this. Someone needs to be more responsible. And as a whole, as fans, we need to listen more and decide what we're going to do. Don't go out and do stupidness like that, because you just fall into traps.
Okay. So, Mr. B, I'll go to you next, but we did the show yesterday. Before we get into the mix, SaintLFC, we're going to come to you now and get your thought process on the game that got cancelled yesterday. Get your opinions, because what on social media, obviously, and the news and everything else is about the repercussion of Manchester United. Should they face a fine? Should they get points deducted? Or do you just look at it as the fans are to be blamed for this, and the club should basically, nothing should happen to the club, because it's, okay, to be fair, it's mainly Liverpool fans that's creating the scene. So I know you're not like all the Liverpool fans. So so take it away.
Firstly, I swear I've seen Omondi somewhere, man. Omondi, where have I seen you? I swear I've seen you somewhere.
Unknown. In the ends. I'm the godfather of Perryville. I'm the godfather of Perryville, Greenford.
I love that promo. That promo is big, man. That promo is big. Listen. Personally, I think that they should have to forfeit the game, and whoever their opponent is should just gain them points in it. That's just where it is, isn't it? Like, I don't really know what I'm going. What kind of tin can stadium is this? That man could just fling a rock, bust the latch, and say, well, lads, let's all go into what is this? Theatre of dreams? What kind of stupidness, bruv? Bruv, there's more security in my shed, man. It's just some joking.
What you got in your
shed? Trust me. I got more bits than Fernandez. Do you know what it is, yeah? Do you know what it is, yeah? On a real, obviously, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'd love the points. I would love for you pagans to, come on. Do you know what I mean? Like you said, we need the points. We definitely do need the points in it. There's no denying that. All jokes aside, and it hurts me. Listen, we have a united enemy. Do you know what I mean? When this first reared its head, early doors, like first lockdown or something, they're like, Liverpool owners have been construing with Man United owners. I say, what's going on here? Not to be very black and white or old school about it, but these are our pagans. We should never be in a position where we're constructing something, some league or something, said whatever, and then obviously it's come about, but in its fruition, in its entirety. All jokes aside, we have a united enemy and we stand as one. That's just simple. That's just what it is. Unfortunately, it is. You lot unknowingly have been the cause of all of this. You and Roman. When Roman came, we didn't clock that Roman actually cared for the club. We didn't see that care. We just saw the money. We were like, oh, we want some of that. Then the Glazers came. We didn't see like the ins and outs. We just saw them rapidly just spraying and buying players. Some worked, some didn't. But you man were getting whoever was hot. You man were getting them. The Di Marias, the this, the that. We just saw that. I said, yo, I'd like some of that. You know, them ones there. So like, and now it's come. Now we actually understand it. And now we're like, oh, okay, I get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand it. I understand. I get it. I do think that, like you said, it takes one person to just say, listen, let's do this, and then it goes, it escalates, and I think that's detracting from the smaller, the larger message at hand. Don't let that distract from what those fans were actually there to be to say, be it the red of Man U or the red of Liverpool, or do you know what I mean, the blue of Chelsea. Like, what they're doing is actually what needs to be done. Just bar the foray. But when you get Manx in it, what do you expect? But yeah, no, seriously, like, that's my overarching take on it. We have a united enemy in all of us. And we've all got to look at ourselves as fans and say, how did we allow it to get this bad? It is this bad, and now we have to do something collectively and try and change it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Mr. B, do you want to add anything onto that? Because, like I said, we did a whole extended show yesterday on it. So, any pointers from on Monday that you could pick up with, or from Saints?
I think the fact that the game got called off was what I think they wanted to do in the first place. The fact that they went to the Lowry and made themselves perfectly visible outside the Lowry meant that even if they didn't get into the stadium, those players wouldn't have left the hotel. So whether it was planned, whether it was done by accident, they did what they did. Look, let's look at it this way. Arsenal had their demonstration, and everybody was talking about it for a day. We've had our demonstration and got a game called off. It's nothing to do with we did it bigger, we did it better. It's got nothing to do with that. But the repercussions of this mean that people will be talking about it for a long time. There was a lot of United fans who were ignorant to the situation with the Glazers, wondering what all the fuss is about because United have spent blah blah hundreds of millions on these players and now those players. But at least now maybe they understand a little bit more what the situation. Will the Glazers leave? Hell no. United is a cash cow. I don't believe they're going to be going anywhere. Unless somebody offers them 3.5 billion, not million, billion. That's country money. So then what, we're going to want to be taken over by a country again. So, and another way of looking at it again, you could say, well, they've been given the money and spent it shit. £900 million. What have we got to show for it? Nothing. So then you could say
Phil Jones.
And Fred, maybe you can say it's the people that we've employed who haven't money enough. Oh, there's so much. So I think they've done the job. The repercussions will be the repercussions. They will play the game again. Don't ask me when the game's going to get played because we've got a semi-final and a final to play. Liverpool have only got their league games to play, so they can stop. It's really going to be difficult. But look, the damage has been done. They've done what they've done. We just have to get on with it now. Look, there's two licks United are going to be getting. One for them not instigating the Super League, and let's not get it twisted. I believe it was the Glazers. They had the Liverpool American brethren. This has got nothing to do with fans. This has got those two Americans just thought, money.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yep. Man City jumped on the bandwagon because they didn't want to be left behind. Man City don't need to join the Super League. They got country money. Abramovich has got oil money. He didn't need to go. Tottenham are hurry come ups. They were always going to beg to come in. And Arsenal, God bless them, they just didn't want to be left behind with anything good, bad, or ridiculous. So, I think United were probably the main instigators in it, followed by the Liverpool guys. I said that that's got nothing to do with rivalry. They just saw big money. So they're saying it was a protest against that. It was more protest. This is 16 years of pent up frustration where they haven't been able to say or do anything. Do I condone a policeman getting licked in his face with a bottle? No. They kicked off a door, fair enough. But as Omondi said, somebody must have let them in.
Okay, thank you. So, guys, if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. You got Omondi, you got Mr B, and a special guest is SaintLFC, and it's game time. Let's kick it in, guys. Saint, you're quite lucky today. You know why? There's no surprises. There's no surprises.
Man was ready for the. I'm ready for the corn. You know, man's ready for the corn, bro. Man came. I'm hearing it, so. Don't worry, it is what it is. Isn't it? It
is what it is, yeah. You know what, yeah? I think, to be honest with you, you're probably one of the one person who's going to get off so lightly on this show. I've never known someone to come to the show and get off so lightly. But let's start off now. We used this question before, and we're going to use it again. Why is Liverpool in such a decline and full of excuses?
You know what it is? This is a draw out. That's what it is. It's a draw out. It is. It's a draw out. No, it's a draw out because you lot don't really want to sit here and listen to me tell you all of that. You just, like, you just want, you know what I mean?
Listen. We're good at listening. We're good at listening.
You're speculating. Just give us the answer, man.
We're good at listening.
Hear what I'm saying, yeah? I often say that our season is like a pie chart or a chart of any sorts that you're more familiar with, line graph, all of that. There's few segments in it. A large part of the segment, I personally don't hold this. I view its importance. However, I don't pay it too much mind because these men are professional footballers who are paid ridiculous amounts of money. But we're all footballing men in it. We all watch football. We all really know the game, and we understand the importance of the crowd and the loss thereof. When we started the season, you hadn't won a home game in about, I don't know, why day. Like your first 9 games or something was a madness. Your away form was doing bits, but you couldn't bang at home. And that you cannot tell me that if there was man like at Old Trafford that would have been the case. Like it is just what it is. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's just me being real. But like I said, I'm not one of them man that holds a great deal of weight on that. It is just a fragment of that pie chart which I mentioned. I think you'd be ignorant. I think you'd be baiting. I think you'd be somewhat baiting someone and being a bit ignorant to the fact of not being able to count out what has been a horrendous injury season for us.
For not having it.
What do you mean not having it? I don't understand. What do you mean not having it? You can't name a team that has had the amount of injuries that we've had in a season to the keyest players. Like, allow it. I'm not even going to sit here and start. It's not an excuse. It is mere fact. A mere fact. Let's not like. If I'm not even like we bought Thiago Alcantara. Like let's just forget about. Let's just forget about the other ones. Like our best player. Like you couldn't have your best player just done out like that. Do you know what I mean? Our best player. We do now just about. But for three-thirds of the season, we haven't had a senior member of our back line. And what are you talking about? You're not hearing injuries. Like, relax, man. Thiago Alcantara comes, plays 45 minutes. We play Everton, and then he gets assaulted. Like, it's mad. Like, so you can't tell me like that. These things don't like they have contributed massively. My starting lineup, my best 11, which will done your clot any day of the week. Don't chat to me. My best 11 will done your clot any day of the week. Speculation, obviously, but let's be honest.
That's what I like. Speculation. Get it?
It is speculation, but we only just lost this, you know, and we still haven't because we still ain't played your bummer ass. So like when we were talking speculation, man, you know what I mean? It's it is what it is, isn't it? And we haven't played that. We haven't been able to play what I would consider our best 11, bar I think one game, if that. Like, come on, like this is not a season. We played against Leeds. Yeah, we did win it. We just about 4-3. So we what's it called? But I told you, man. You think, man, bro? Come on, man.
Guys, don't let him swear for the question. Yeah, you know, he's swerving for the question.
He's swerving.
I'm not swerving it. I'm not swerving at all. If you listen to me, I said our season has been a pie chart. I've given you one segment, which was the crowd. I'm now giving you another, which is the injuries, and I'm giving you actual facts. I'm not saying, oh, we got injured, brother. Let me not go through the whole amount of people that have been injured in our team. It's been a joke. Like, come on. Like, anyone that knows football knows that our fullbacks are creative force. No, they are creative force. Who said that again?
Weren't injured.
No, exactly. No, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Now that's cool. I thought I was coming on here to talk football with real footballing men who knew what was the game. I'm not swerving. But anyone that's watching that knows football, that knows Wagwan, knows the system we play is that our fullbacks who haven't mostly been injured. When I say mostly, Trent has been injured. He's one of the ones who was injured, but he's back. He's been playing. Cool. But our system only works well when we have a back line that is actually doing bits, and we have Henderson there to cover Trent Alexander-Arnold when he's moving forward. Where's Hendo? Hendo's been Brock. Like, we're having to play Gini Wijnaldum in a 6. Like, please relax. Like, you're not telling we're playing Fabinho as a flipping DM, as a CB, and he's the best DM in the league. Like, come on, bro. If we put McTominay as CB, you'd be finished. So let me not even talk to you, man. Like, Fred and McTominay in the back.
Wait. Can I say something? I'm going to be honest, Fred. Yeah, don't get started about my Fred.
Bro, put that pasta on ice. Any pasta. Anyways, yeah. Listen, you asked me the question. I'm still rapping in it. That's the next segment, in it. Another segment will be Klopp's inability to.
Yeah. Love it.
To really adapt to check. Bro, but listen, I thought we was coming on here to talk real. You thought I was gonna come here on some joking. No, like I'm coming here on a real one, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Klopp's inability to change his stubbornness, say that again.
Well said. I like
no, definitely. His stubbornness at times, his ineptness to really like see the problem and actually adapt to the problem instead of just going like, you know what, we'll be okay. Like, we've done this before, go on. That's definitely a major fact. The way that Klopp plays, I don't know how I would even... The way that Klopp plays, the way that we batted it up last season, the season before that, we have a lot of heavy metal running in our legs, especially our front three, especially. And our inability as a club to really, like, when we won the league, we got no one. It don't make no sense. Like, you don't do that. You don't win what was the Holy Grail, and then you don't then, do you know what I mean? Like, and now we're seeing here, like, I do say, when I went back to the injuries, Van Dijk, cool. Gomez somewhat, but a lot of the injuries that we've had, I could have predicted due to the manner in which we were playing and due to the way that we were using these players. Milner dropped dead. I said, I knew that he's going to happen. Hendo dropped. I said, this is going to happen. You know, them ones there. Like, so we haven't that. And I'm going to say our owners is a big part. Do you know what I mean? We got lucky with Coutinho. Do you know what I mean? With Coutinho, we had an asset that was worth a lot, that wanted to leave, that had all the stars lined up. Do you know what I mean? We had someone who was willing to pay an astronomical price for them, and we used the money well. However, don't get it twisted. And I think people now listen. When we used to say this before, people are like, shut up, man. Now people are like, oh, okay, what was you saying before? Don't ever think that FSG would have ever gone into their pockets to get a Van Dijk or an Alisson or a Fabinho had they not have had they like.
Well said.
Like, we got lucky. We got lucky.
I like
And
this
we
guy.
we invested the money very, very well. Like, trust me, if you man actually shut up and listen, I talk sense, you know, man.
No. The last
I'm not here for the maintenance, you know. Like, I'm here for
Saint,
realness, bro.
I'm going to cut you off for a second, 1 second. I'm going to ask you a question, but I'll need to go on loud.
Hold on. Before you do a solo, hold on a minute. We need to respond. I've been taking notes.
Oh, God. Hold on. Okay, you can respond in a minute. But what I want to say to Saint, can I let Saint finish and then you can go to your notes? Because what Saint's saying here, Saint, I'm going to be open and honest with you. You're probably one of the few Liverpool fans that's been on here actually I've spoken to actually speaks the truth and know there's issues with the manager rather than this cult thing. Anything the manager says is gospel. And I respect you for that. I just got to say that. That's why I had to cut you off. Because now...
The first commandment is there will be no other God but the Most High. He doesn't worship God like so.
Brother, I'm telling you. The last time I
you always putting people up as gods.
Yeah.
Like,
so let's
what you just said, truth. Big up.
Yeah, respect for that. Let's go back to you and just finish off. Run it off in a couple of minutes and then we're going to move to the next one.
No worries. Now, listen, at the end of the day, like, last time I checked, Klopp busts a shit. Do you know what I mean? Like the rest of us, and the Klopp makes mistakes. Do I think Klopp out? Hell no. I still think he's the best manager there is out there, by all means. I still think, you know what I mean? I want Klopp to be my dad in certain ways. However, the man has made some serious mistakes, and he has got he's got some questions to answer for at the end of the season, by all means. And also, like I was saying, in terms of some of the other aspects, I feel like our system runs very, very well. It's incredible, our system. But it needs certain clogs. Once you take them out and you try to fit them in with next players, that's our clog. Our system is so good that it makes players world class. Do you know what I mean? Like world class players, bro. Like, no, I'll give you that. Mate, I'll give you that. But he is world class in our system. Do you understand that? No, I'm not even understand that. But when you take certain clogs out of that, we are any team. And it's very hard. Like I say, we're not having finishers that are finishing. We're not. It is a madness. You wind that all up together, and is why we are not doing what we are doing.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Well said. Now I'm going to go to Omondi, and then I'll go to Mr B, and then obviously what I'm going to do is, because like I said, there's no surprises. There's no sort of. Normally there is loads of surprises hidden away. There's none. We're just talking football. That's all we're going to be doing tonight on a real base, yeah? So, Omondi, let's go to you now. And what did you have to say in response to what Saint? Because I think, to be honest with you, he's made some valuable points there.
I'm flabbergasted. I'm shocked right here. We have a genuine football man, okay? Everyone else brought on the show, they're flapping their lips and full of excuses. What he just said, the last 2 points, my notes were like, wow. I had to stop writing things down. But the first half of the segment, all right, this is what I'm going to respond to. Man, talk about pie charts. You want a more fitting term would be crumble, apple crumble or something like that. Yeah, because you're finished. You're finished out there. The crumble's set in. It's been left in the oven too long. Your player's burnt out. You know. So the pie chart. Let's deal with apple crumble chart. That's more fitting for you guys. The injury. I think. Well, I put this down, but then he come and dealt with the point. Injuries. When you win a title, you need to invest. And the thing about Van Dijk going missing or getting injured for the season, you should have invested to say, right, what if Van Dijk gets injured? You already know Gomez gets injured. So,
can I just stop you right there? Can I just stop you? I never interrupt. I know.
Let me just make my point. Let me make my points.
Hold on. Saint, just let him crack it on and answer. Remember that sentence. I'm coming straight back to you. Straight to you, Saint.
Say nothing.
So with the injuries now, it's like I think you should have reinforced the squad. You went on to say that. You said that you didn't do any money. The whole Neymar deals, how you stepped up. You got what? Neymar. That escalated with Coutinho. Well, it was Neymar originally. That Neymar deal set his ball up for you.
Set the whole. Yeah.
And then suddenly, and you made the point. I've been saying this for time, so I agree with you. I'm nodding like this, it's like a dog. Totally agree with you. If I had a tail, I'd be wagging all right now. Honestly, enough respect. The burnout, the squad depth. Now with Thiago, I know Thiago got injured, but he's got. If you look at his injury record, is he suited to this style? You know,
That's
you like
my
to
next
play,
question I was going to
you
ask.
like to play free pressing. When you've been successful, you play free pressing centre midfielders. Okay, and he comes in and suddenly, as Davis, I admire Davis, he's the best player I know. You know, we come on last week and he was saying the same thing. Thiago changed the whole dynamics of your team. Was that a good signing, you know? And the injury thing as well. So when you say, oh, he's injured as well, I think, well, he's bound to get injured because he always is injured. You know, his injury record is like Gomez. And about the system as well, I just think, like, if you play high line, like Dave was saying last week, we dropped this point to him, Van Dijk and Gomez, they can play high because anything in behind, they can deal with one-on-one, easy. But when you got these new guys coming in, they can't do the same thing. So all Klopp needed to do was like say, right, I can tweak my system a little bit and just don't play so high up the pitch, or just drop off and play with the players that you have. And he didn't do that. And I just think, wow, that's shocking. That, you know, he's seems to be quite limited to a one-trick pony kind of system thing, which has been successful to him. He won't adapt. Even what's his name? Pep has adapted. He doesn't win every season, but he's adapted his style over the years. You see with Barca, Bayern Munich, he's tweaked it slightly. And now at Man City, he's tweaked it again. You know, so I think that's one downfall. I'm so pleased that you said that about Klopp. I'll give you a salute, you know, from Omondi to say, yeah, big respect to you. Swell at your chest, because what you just said was spot on, and you made my notes just minimize a couple of points. I tried to make a joke about Crumble. That's all I had. You know, because he's covered everything else. So respect to you.
Yeah, saying he normally makes these little comments and his little notepads and things like that. So let's go up to Mr. B and Saints. You had a counter on that conversation.
Yeah, just a quick one. In terms of Van Dijk, that you can never account for, innit? Like you can never account for Van Dijk going out the way in which he did. However, and again, like I'm a realist, bro. I'm gonna tell you the real about us. Gomez is, I think, a young Rio Ferdinand in the making. However, he is prone to injury. He is prone to missing at least 2 or 3 months due to injury. Matip, I think, is top 3 defenders in the league. Trust me, he is a bad boy in terms of talent. But he's Ritz in the knees, bro. He's literally like Ritz. You know them ones that he's fragile.
Glass knees.
And then that leaves me with that's our and you let go of Lovren. So there should always have been a case of like, it's not even like you had 3 men that you know are like they're bad man, they're cool. No, like in that. That's why I'm like, I don't blame them for Van Dijk, but I blame they should have had someone lined up long time. Do you not realize that we got a mirage of a defender? You know what a mirage is, isn't it? You know, like when you're in the desert. When you're in the desert, it's what you get what it is you need the most. So you need water, you see a waterfall. We needed a defender, so we saw Ben Davis. You know them ones there, like some any cardboard cutout. Like we only got him and this Kabak because Matip brack himself literally at the last. Imagine that. Imagine seeing Man City doing what they did with having to do what they did with Fernandinho, and then going, nah, you know what? Listen, hold my magnum. Let me show you one. That made no sense. And we only got these man. Don't think, we got them. We only landed them the last day of the January transfer because of that. Yeah. These owners are in absolute fraud. I'm telling you, bro. All right, brother. Fraud.
Okay, I've got a thing for you because again, I'm being very honest and brutal with you. You are the most genuine Liverpool fans I've come across. And the reason I'm going to say to you, I'm going to ask you 2 questions and then to wind the show down. And I know what your response is going to be because I'm a United fan and I can tell the truth about United players. I can sit there and tell you about Ole. I can tell you about, but I'm not going to get into Ole debate tonight. Klopp is a world-class manager. But like we said, there's aspects of him that needs to be sorted out. So let's go to Mr. B because we haven't spoke to Mr. B. Mr. B, again, SaintLFC, great points, absolutely amazing points he's made today.
No, they are. I mean, the thing is, normally we banter a Liverpool fan about what he's just saying. Klopp not being able to adapt, maybe, you know, not seeing certain issues. So I'm sitting there thinking, bloody hell, I can't say this, I can't say that, I can't say this, because he's already said it, but he said it in such a way where, you know, man normally come on this show. You know what this show's like. We normally try and do something, but on the real, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, well, bruv, you just ruined my evening. You know what I mean?
Come on, B. I come on the show because of you. Come on, brother.
This is good because my brother Stoney as well. I can sit down and have a conversation, and it's all right. It's a brother conversation, but it's a football conversation, and you know he comes up with the same things. Now I'm thinking maybe our squad is actually better than Liverpool's. If you look at what we've got in, not talking about level, I'm not talking about Van Dijk compared to Maguire, but I'm saying, well, if we lose a centre back, we've got two centre backs. If we lose a left back, we've got a cover left back. We lose a right back. I'm not talking about levels, because obviously you look at Van Dijk.
And you play a more fluid. You play a more fluid style as well, so you don't play such a rigorous style. So if you lose a man, it's not the end of the world. If we lose a Fabinho out of it is crumble. It's crumble for us. So I'm saying, like, you not play a more fluid style. Do you see what I'm saying? So, one time Greenwood's not here, cool, Cavani can come in there, it's calm, like, oh, what, like, do you know what I mean? Van der Beek can come in and he's not, your style isn't so, do you see what I mean? That's why we used to banter you and say, oh, it's vibes FC, but it is more, do you know what I'm saying? Whereas we play a very, and I would prefer the way we play, however, only if it works, only when it works, only when we have everyone there, do you know what I mean? I'll tell you why, personally, I reckon Trent isn't the greatest, right? Because we play such a way where our creativity comes from our fullbacks, right? And Trent is a leng man going forward. Let's not mess about. So Trent sometimes thinks to himself, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna let the cross come in because number one, we've got Van Dijk who's in the middle, who's dealing with, and then should you by any miraculous get through, we've got Alisson in there. Do you know that, bruv? You know what? Yeah, let it come through because by the time they deal with it, I'll be in a position to be a creative option for me to, you know, them ones there receive the ball and I'm gone. The attack's gone. If you have that and you play like that and we win everything, and then Van Dijk goes, and then, do you know what I mean? And it is harder to then adapt and then ask him to then be this Wan-Bissaka of a defender. Like, that's not in his, do you know them ones there in his game? I'm real enough to, like, if we're gonna talk football, let's talk football. So I'm saying, like, that's just how it is. But the thing is, what I'm saying is that I've got certain men on my channel that are killing me because our owners have made it so that I know that we haven't got, because going back to your point about Pep, I do agree that he does change things, but then he also has resources to do so. When you look at our we are finished, bro. When you look at who we're having to bring on to change a game and that, you're like Naby Keita and that, and Ox to, like, it doesn't. But they're bringing on, bruv, they could fill the whole second team that could actually do bits against our first. So I hear that, and that's due to our owners because I've got man on my channel. I've said I want Mane sold personally because I feel like he might be on a decline, and we don't have owners to give me the time to find that out. If we had owners that cared, they would be like, and the only reason I think he's on a decline, if I'm honest with you, is due to exhaustion, overplaying. This guy's still he's playing too much football and is going to jump on a plane and go and play AFCON, to then come back and then go and play World Cup, to then come, bruv, relax your boots, bro. But we don't have owners that will say, you know what, it's cool, let me buy a leg, man, money, relax in it. When you're ready, come, you know them ones there? Don't have that. So I'm trying to do, look, let's get rid of him now, because what's going to happen if by the time that in 18 months, we realize that, oh yeah, Saint was right, you know, that was a decline. It wasn't just like, now he's worth petance and we do this sell to buy nonsense. Rather, it's peak for us. This is,
So I'm going to quickly get some comments out. Yeah, sorry.
Can I just add to that, please?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. It's about the difference, I think, here is with Liverpool Football Club. the foundation. Now we built our house on rock. So when we might have an issue, we've got 4 or 5 players from the youth academy in our first team lineup. Okay, and whereas Liverpool, they built their house on
Ollie
sand.
doesn't play.
Say,
I said who Ollie won't play.
I was
Yeah,
just about to say, who are these
play
men?
them.
Who are these men?
we have McTominay, we have Greenwood, Rashford, Pogba, and we have Henderson the other day. There's 5 players in the first team. Since 1936, we've always had an academy player in our squad. This is what makes Man United Man United. The foundation is built on rock. So we've always got these young talents coming through. I think Liverpool, they control the whole Merseyside region, as in talents. They should be. So I want to see more Liverpool talent youths coming through from the academy. Trent, granted, brilliant. Curtis Jones, granted, brilliant. But beyond that, it's been years since the
generally speaking, what I don't think football's really built on that. Like other than that, who could you? Chelsea don't have 5 academies.
Yes, they do.
They don't.
They do.
City don't.
Mount,
Who?
the right back.
No, but he's
Reece
not.
Abraham.
He don't play.
Abraham. They got the Scottish boy.
But Abraham don't play.
Yeah, but they did under Lampard. He's
But he don't play anymore. They don't play
He
anymore.
don't play no more though.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm
you
saying. And Lampard
saying,
played them and got sacked for it. This is what I'm saying. Like,
I've named
it's
4 already.
idealistic, I think.
We've got all got England caps. I've named 4 already. We've all got England caps and been playing. They play Premiership football. So we've got the right back James. You got Mount, quality England caps. Hold on. You got Abraham, England cap, goals. Who's just unfortunate the manager doesn't like him now. You've got the Scottish boy from Rangers who's played games, played in Europe, and he's got caps for Scotland. You've got who else from Chelsea?
What's his name? Who's the Scottish boy?
I know who he's talking about, young boy. But he doesn't play though. He doesn't play.
He does play
plays for Scotland, but he doesn't play.
But you can't remember his name. You're telling me he plays. You're doing and you're telling me he plays.
No. I'm not Chelsea supporter.
On Monday.
I'm not Chelsea supporter.
But
Arsenal. Hold on. Look at Arsenal. Arsenal have brought in an influx of youth.
Yeah, but let's not Arsenal
as well.
Arsenal is
I'm just saying. So
They're
what I
another
want to see
league.
from Liverpool before they're whining and thing, I want to see them build their house on rock and start manage the whole of that region and get all the best quality players and start, with that success they've had, put it towards the youth, so you get more players like Curtis Jones and always coming through regular like us. Go look at our youth. Go look at our youth, and you'll soon see.
Yeah. Sorry,
just
guys. I'm going to
just
let the
a Liverpool
comments.
fan.
I'm going to let the comments. Armando, would you mind hitting the comments for me? When
Yeah,
I hit
sure.
the comments, I'm going to actually defend Liverpool a little bit on this. I am going to defend them fraction. I don't normally do, but I've got something to say afterwards.
Well, we got a respected guest on today, so yeah. So it's from Football United.
Gilmore.
Matt, how you doing, sir?
Gilmore.
Hello,
That's his
Matt.
name.
Hello, Matt.
Midfielder. Gilmore.
Billy Gilmore. Thank you very much. I thought you didn't know anything when your memory was bad.
Gilmore ain't played football since. Oh, come on,
Gilmore
bro.
ain't played for about 2
Check
seasons.
that. Come back and apologize.
come
Football
on,
United
brother.
TV says almost at 70 subs. Push the red button, people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, football from Matt says the board at Liverpool thought they would still do the job without key players. Very wrong were they? They was.
I don't think so. I think they were just lazy. I just think that they just had no intention of putting their hand in their pocket.
And that's what I want to come back to.
Matt again says Liverpool are finally ready to bring back Michael Owen on a 1-year deal, on a 1-month deal. Oh, God.
No Liverpool fans never bring
Sam,
back Michael Owen, bro.
Sam Spurs for life. Say hi to Sam, everyone.
Hello,
One of our
Sam.
family members.
Hey, Sam.
He says, man, you need to get 10 points deducted. Man, doing bicycle kick at the Stretford end. Oh, dear. Klopp was burnt out. Sorry, Klopp has burnt out them mans. Liverpool players going to need Duracell for next season of a new way of playing. There we go. Another intelligent guy there. Apple crumble. Yeah, that's right. Sam says the Klopp issue, he can't play any other way. Yeah, that's good. The whole of the squad are burnt out like my fried dumplings I made Friday. That's terrible.
They must be really burnt out, boy. Jeez.
Sam again says, how can we call Klopp the Messiah and all that when he can only manage a starting 11? Good points from Sam today. What's going on with the academy? Question marks. Yeah. Second that, Liverpool, that is. Yeah, we know.
So, Saint, like I said, listen, I've got plenty of time for you. I respect you for you coming on today, and you made some valuable points. Absolute amazing point. We're gonna sort of like start winding down the show now. There was a few things I wanted to ask you, but I'm gonna throw them in one for you because
No worries.
otherwise
And then I've got one thing I want to ask you lot, so that's cool. You
that's
keep
fine.
it coming in.
So
and then...
for me, I hear a lot of people defending FSG. I hear from your mouth, you don't believe in them, and they are like the Glazer. They don't want to put money in their pocket and basically spend, which I totally agree with you on that, because to be honest with you, they're more interested in taking the revenue out of the club and put it into America, into whatever else they're doing. That's what I look at as they're doing. Now, with Thiago, do you think Thiago was a good signing, or do you think that just slows down the game what Liverpool play? So that's one of them. The second one is, how much money do you think it would take Klopp to rebuild Liverpool to sustain and go back and challenge for a title? Like I would say, I don't think you're far from it, but I just think that some of the players are burnt out, like what you said, because he's only got one way of playing. Now, is it a reason he bought Thiago to try and slow down that play so Thiago could dictate the midfield and basically, like a Paul Scholes, Paul Scholes player? So let's unwind down the show with those and see your response.
Cool. In terms of the Thiago, firstly, FSG are exactly like the Glazers.
Wow.
Exactly. Trust me, they're exactly the
I
same.
agree with you, 100%.
The only difference, I'll give FSG their props. They're good businessmen. That's one thing that they are good at. But last time I checked, football isn't played on Bloomberg or, do you know what I mean, the business channels. It's played on Sky, so it's a sport. Do you understand? Yeah. But the club is run well, but they're in it for themselves. Now, in terms of the Thiago question, I actually think Thiago was a brilliant signing. The way in which our midfield works, and it has done for some time, is quite industrious. That's why we used to be called the Brexit midfield and all of them things there. But it worked. Like I said earlier on, I mentioned this. Trent is able to maraud forward because Henderson is able to cover the space in which is left there. And then if we have a DM such as Fabinho, when he falls back, do you know what I mean? He's able to then, do you know what I mean? That's just how the machine works. I think Thiago in a midfield, in which again, which I mentioned earlier, a midfield consisting of Fabinho, Thiago, and that of a Milner type player, Province and Mazin, it is a madness. And we haven't yet even seen that. So we can't judge a player on his effect on a team when the best midfield in which we'd all like to see him in, he hasn't been afforded the luxury of being played in. We had to play him as a 6 certain times, and it was all mad. I feel like he's having to adjust right now. And yes, our play is slower and all of that. I get that. But generally speaking, another thing that one of the things that, again, if you lot listen, jump on SaintLFC TV, as you can see right now, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's somewhere we can vibe when we talk real football, man. But if you come on my channel, you'll see that one of the main things that I criticize my team is the movement off of the ball is shocking. It is like they're playing stuck in the mud in primary school. Like, it is a madness. They won't go nowhere until a man touches them. Bro, it is crazy. Like, play one touch. These Man City can afford to not play with a flipping 9 because they just know that they move the ball so much. Like, do you know what I mean? They'll find themselves in them dangerous positions. Yes. Like, bro, move ball once. They want to touch up the ball like it's some joke thing. Like, Thiago is one of the best passers. Like, and he has nothing. When he looks up, man just there. It's a joke thing. When there's man moving, you trying to tell me that Thiago can't do the give him the no look like we would, bro. Like, come on. Like, listen, Thiago will be fine when we get the team back to what it should be. We'll start to see, and we'll start to see, you know, the impetus and why he was brought in. What was the second question? Sorry, how much money? I think personally, when I say this, you're going to be like, raw, swear down. But relax. I think about 200 mil. And when I say that, that's the money that they would have to invest on top of what
you have now.
Could then what we have, do you know what I mean? And we could get rid of players, because this ain't champion manager. Do you know what I mean? This ain't like, you can't just get rid of 12 man. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, however, I think that they would need to. 200 mil sounds like a lot, but then in this day and age, you're thinking, raw, like, would 200 mil like get you Haaland?
Nope.
Do you see what I'm saying?
One and a half of his leg.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, but generally speaking, with the man, this is again what I said. I do feel like FSG again have been very lucky in some of their acquisitions. Be it however the case may be, they've got them. They're lucky enough to have them, and our club is run very well. We have a recruitment base. Michael Edwards, I think, is the best in the league. I don't trust me. He's a fucking bad man. He can sell water to a well. Like, man's getting all 20 mil for Ibe and Solanke, all 25 mil, and like, brother, like, trust me, he's a G. And I feel like if we had, say, that type of money in those hands, that's the difference between us and you. I don't trust you, man, with 200 mil. I think you lot will do a madness. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's the difference. But they both have to go. I do feel like my teams run quite well. I don't feel like your team is run that well, but they both have to go because they're both aligned in it for their own pockets. Yeah. So I said we have a united enemy. Do you understand? But yeah, I do feel like in terms of the way our club is run, if they put 200 mil, they put their hands in their pockets, gave us 200 mil, I feel like we'd be able to go in and do something. But they won't.
Yeah. They won't. And yeah, so I'm just going to get to the point, then I'll go to Omondi and Mr B. And I totally agree with you, because I think the way FSG run Liverpool, it's run a lot better. It's almost like it's run where it seems like they care a bit more, but they don't really care.
They're just better businessmen.
Yeah, they go out and they get the players what they need. For Man United, you give United 200 million, and Jesus, they probably bring back Royal Carroll from retirement or something like that.
They got fans going, no, they care. What do you mean? They just built a whole new stadium. There's not Kirby anymore. I said, brother, you man are stupid, bro. They're so good. AXA, our sponsor paid for that. That's why it's the AXA trick. Like, bro, they didn't have to put any. They're very good commercially with, you know what I mean, and the way they can spin things and stuff like that. But they're shiesty, bro. I'm telling you.
It's corrupt. They're corrupt. That's the problem with them. They're corrupt. Omondi, you got anything to touch on that?
Yeah, of course, always. I think the difference is we're a big club. We've been established. What Ferguson did for us, we were even prior to the Premier League. We were 45,000, biggest stadium in the land. We could generate the most money, and since then we don't. Apart from the gate receipts, around the world, merchandise and everything else, we're established. We're getting money in all over, thanks to Fergie. And when Fergie left, he left his garden blooming. And to this day, we're living off the foundation that he set. So this is what I don't like with Liverpool, because it wasn't until the Neymar deal, which I'll go back to again, Coutinho, which triggered all of that. They weren't buying to get them to that 90-point winning side. They weren't doing it. It's only they spent the money.
Suarez.
Hold on. They weren't buying to get to that thing. They were buying players on the cheap and selling them off. Torres, Suarez. Thank you. And
both of them, we came close. Cheap, both of them, we came close. We didn't buy them.
We don't sell our players. We buy players. We don't sell our players like that. And what I'm trying to say is, you're a smaller club than us, so you can't be saying, "Oh, last thing I've been hearing." Last thing I've been hearing.
We're a smaller commercial club than you. That I'll give you, but we're never a smaller club.
Mute him.
We're never a smaller club than you. Listen, you're never gonna ever try and have that run that way. Ever.
Okay, go on Monday. Finish off, because I need to go to Mr B.
Man, taking up my time.
Go on. I need to speak to Mr B.
I'm just calling you out of the nonsense, bruv. That's all, bruv.
We're a big club. It's big club business. When you frown upon our big club business and our spending, whatever, that's what we do. But this is what big clubs do. When you guys have been snipping to maintain the club and manage the club, yeah, well done. You manage the club really well. But suddenly, you're about 200 mil off being a Premiership champion or a Champions League kind of team. Luckily, the Neymar deal triggered that for you. You got your players in, and now that's all over and done with. Now you're going to go back down to that same side you've been for the last 30 years. Not big club business, but trying to make maneuvers like that. You know, so don't criticize Man United for their big club thing. This is what big clubs do.
On Monday, because I've got something to touch on. On Monday, I would agree with you, but I disagree with a lot of things you just said there.
You can't make this impossible.
He's a madman. He's a madman. Mr. B, come some
Mr. B, I
sense
know
to us,
Mr.
man.
B don't. I know Mr.
Yeah,
B don't
man.
believe in what Amonde's saying either.
Hey, come on, Mr. B,
On
chat some
Monday?
sense to us, man. Come on, man.
On Monday. You are really the most Manchester United blinker glasses I've ever seen. I know what this show's about, yeah? But, bruv, I really think you're talking absolute bullshit.
What the Mr. B?
I'm supposed to be siding with you against Saint. Do you know what? I can't sit here and just act like you're talking set. Bruv, listen, the people, you can say they were lucky, yeah? They were lucky in selling, in getting rid of them. They spent that money so wisely. We have spent 900 million pounds. Bro, please, I beg you, tell me what have we got to show for it apart from Pogba and Bruno? Tell me, 900 million. Yeah, so don't tell me you can't cuss their recruitment because they're buying. We're lucky, all right. We've got players coming through our youth academy. Yeah, but let's be honest, McTominay's not a superstar. You know what I mean? Brandon Jones has come in. He's had one season. Ollie don't trust him. You know what I mean? You look at Rashford. Yes, I'm not gonna fault Rashford. I'm not gonna fault Greenwood. Yeah, and I'm not gonna fault Henderson. But the recruitment that we do and the money that we blow out of our arse. Liverpool bought what's my guy?
Virgil.
Bro, we got Fabinho for 40 million, bro.
But you know what? We were in for Fabinho as well.
Robinson.
So, but I guarantee you, if we got Fabinho, we would have been playing him at right back. You understand? This is what I'm saying. Our club is. We've got so much dicks at the club in high positions, and this is why when you're cussing Ollie this, Ollie that, Ollie this, Ollie is dealing with all of those fucking asses behind him, yeah, who won't buy them in the players, the positions that we want them in. We've wanted a right midfielder with any sense since Valencia got moved to right back.
Trust me.
We haven't had one. But Ollie has still got us into second place. We play Fred in central midfield, and Ollie has still got us in second place. We have Lindelof, yeah? Victor Lindelof play. You can't cuss Liverpool's recruitment, bro, because we buy shit.
I'm not. Listen, Solo. You have to give me a chance.
Hey, B, this is why.
Okay,
No. Solo.
I've got to give you a minute on this because I've got something to say and I know I've got to wrap it up. Go on.
Solo.
You got a minute.
30 seconds.
Yeah, go on.
This is why I said I went back prior to 1992, prior to thing. We've always been a bigger club. I'm not talking about the recent years, 900 million spent. I'm talking about how we've been established.
Arsenal. Now. You sound like
That's
us.
why I went
You
back.
sound like us.
That's why I went back. That's why I went back. You guys are dealing with one window here. I'm dealing with a whole history of why we're a bigger club, everything else. Yes, Liverpool spend good money because they've been pinching. They've been talking about net spend for the last 10 years. Oh, look at our net spend. Well done. So that's when you get a little money in your pocket. That's when you say, well, our net spend, we can pick up, and yeah, we can buy good players. I applaud that. My point is, Man United are a big club. Stop just frowning about us.
We've been a bigger club than you in the last 10 years.
Right.
We've been a bigger club than you in the last 10 years.
It's not right. I agree. It's not right. It's not right. But we are a big club. That's what we do. Was it right for Barcelona to buy Dembele for 100-something million? They're a big club, big club business. Was it right to buy Hazard? Big club business. That's what they do.
Solo, come on, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna jump off. So guys, listen, we got a few comments. I'm just gonna finish. Gone. I'm just gonna finish it off in a sec now. So for me, on Monday, I normally agree with you, but I'm with Mr. B here.
Bro, remember you man used to say that about Liverpool. You used to live in the past. I'm
not even talking about net spend. I'm not talking about Liverpool net spend. I'm talking about what I can see on the pitch. And remember, on Monday, it's all eye tests. It's the eyes, yeah?
Don't use my slogan. Don't use my slogan. I just copyright you.
Yeah. So for me, when I look at Liverpool, and like I said, Klopp could probably use this Man United team and take them to Premier League victory. Yeah.
No,
So
couldn't be better than Ollie. Listen.
okay,
Don't cuss
I'm
Ollie.
going to come off Ollie. I'm going to come off Ollie now. But what Mr B is saying is correct. You got idiots at Manchester United who think they know football and they have not got a clue about anything whatsoever. Like I said yesterday to Mr B, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer probably sat there and said, "Oh, can you go and get me Mbappe?" They will come back and they probably go to Bolton or they go to Acton Stanley and get their centre forward. And that's how Man United recruit. They want to save money, money pinchers. They pinch every single little thing they can. So we then, oh yeah, we signed 2 players. We signed 3 players. Where are these players we've signed? The transfer window just went. We signed about 3 players. But of all the 3 players, the only person who's played is Cavani. Where's the other 2 players gone?
Signed a right back to make sure better. Mad
Yeah, Tellez is a decent player. I like Tellez. I like him. He offers
no matter how
something.
no matter how much you like him, bro, you literally bought him to motivate my man. That's what you bought him for.
But it's there.
You bought him to motivate my man.
Yeah.
My man said, "Oh yeah, say nothing."
Yeah.
Boom.
So for
Watch
me,
this.
no. For me though, like I sit there and I blame the whole of the Glazers. I want Glazers out. I never wanted them in. So for me, I'm the same as you, Saint. It's literally FSG is a better businessman than Man United owners, but at the same time, they're all corrupt. All of them.
They got less to play
They're
with.
crooked. All corrupted. So on Monday, do you want to hit these last comments and we're going to log out?
I talk MU. How you doing, sir?
I still got that question. Remember as well.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to bring it now, later.
Now just hit the questions.
So Talk MU says Liverpool will be back next season and it will be a cracking season. And maybe 3-4 away from the race.
Yeah, but I don't even think they're that far. I don't think Liverpool that far.
Mr. B's laughing at Mr. B.
Yeah. Okay, Saint, all yours, far away.
I just want to say, right, how you lot are doing really well, and you lot are loving it. Well, I'm really enjoying you lot's season as well. Like, congratulations on the semi-final. You pretty much
don't even congratulate me because I don't want no congratulations. I want Champions League. So if you're going to ask a question.
But it is what it is. But it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. You're in the competition, you are. So next season, when we get, say, a team consisting of Alisson, Trent, Kanate, VVD, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago, let's say a Basuma, because obviously we're going to lose a Wijnaldum. Let's just say for all Wijnaldum, either or. And do you know what I mean? How do you think that we're gonna? Do you think we're still gonna be in this position, or what's going on? What you think we're still gonna be the little team in your eyes on Monday?
Go to Monday because me and Mr B didn't say anything.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just, I just ain't really to you, to be honest with you. Like, on Monday, how do you think this is? Yeah,
on Monday, you got 30 seconds to wrap it up.
All right. I think Liverpool have fallen off. I don't think they're ever going to get back to championship, 90-point winning titles and all that kind of thing. Not under Klopp. The only way they're going to do it is to refresh the whole side. It's going to take years, and Klopp ain't got the time to be doing that. The players you're saying bring in, what you got to understand is systems. Klopp was in Germany for a period of time. People suss the systems. We're not sitting and saying, what do we do? What do we do? People take okay. This is how we deal with it. As you see, you're struggling against so-called teams who are poorer than you this season with your so-called good philosophy, your good style of play. It was good for a period of time, but as everything there's evolution. People can adapt, and this is what's happening now with clubs. They're adapting to it and saying, okay, so unless Klopp, like you're saying, you said Klopp doesn't change it up much. So unless he changes it, he's not going to be successful. And I don't see him being successful again. Maybe top 4 next season, maybe, but championship and all that kind of thing, not for me, star.
Okay, cool. So let me just quickly very, very quickly. I say Klopp don't change it up, which is true. But you know when it say like when it's don't broke, don't fix it, innit? You know that when Klopp don't need to change it up because the machine in which he has is ridiculous. Now this is what I like, and when he has the machine working, it's unbeatable, and we will be up there again. But what my problem is when he don't have those players in that, he then needs to adapt, and he can't keep going on 100%. Like that, and that's the problem. Next season, he's going to have that. We have a problem right now where a lot of creativity. People talk about our defense and that. What they don't realize is having a Van Dijk is great defensively, but it also opens up the possibilities of we're there, like ping a 50-yard pingers to Salah. Boom, there you go. Open up. You forget them plays. You forget how we used to play. Like
I know your
like
system. I know. Yeah.
Recency bias will make you feel like we're done. But I just wanted to make sure I had that so I could clip it up. I had enough. You baited yourself nicely. So I'm just gonna make sure that I've got it.
That's fine.
So that, boom, next season.
That's fine.
It's there, innit? You know them ones there.
Give him an invitation. Make sure you come back because
he will.
Get a snippet of what he just said and bring it back for next season. Because it's the whole point. Once you got all your thing, no more excuses, and you got all your players back, everything else, then we will see.
Yeah.
I guarantee no more 90-point seasons.
Yeah. So last two comments, guys, and we'll wrap it up.
Stoney, the brother of Mr B, says, Mr B, you are a legend speaking the truth.
Trust me, Mr. B.
Yeah.
Talk MC says, Mr. B, is that JD or Jim Bean?
JD.
Oh, God.
Talk MU says clipped, yeah.
Clipped, yeah. Okay, guys,
Evidence.
listen. It's been fantastic. Again, this is the Man United agenda. Tonight, we had a very special guest on our show. And for the first time ever, we can actually admit and say we had a Liverpool fan. SaintLFC came on and spoke some truth.
Agreed.
Thank you very much.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
appreciate it.
Come
And
on.
then also we had Mr. B as always, Omondi, and I'm Solo7. Guys, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely evening. And it's always happened. Thanks. Thank you. Talk.
Great show, guys.
Great show. Thank you.
you.
Have a lovely evening.